Chapter 7. The Boy Who Changed the Market. Market day was always loud, clucking chickens, heated haggling, and the creak of wooden carts. But Rayon heard something else beneath the chaos. Waste! It wasn't obvious at first, but after weeks of helping his father transport crops to the village square, he began to see patterns. Vendors selling the same things side by side, driving prices down, some goods spoiled by noon under the sun, farmers undercutting each other just to sell anything. And worst of all, buyers from the nearby town came to exploit the chaos, buying cheap and reselling elsewhere for double. It was a broken system, and Rayon saw it as clearly as he once saw inefficiencies in billion-dollar portfolios. One afternoon, after they returned home from another disappointing day, Rayon spoke. "We're doing this wrong," he said. Adan looked at him, puzzled. "Wrong how?" Rayon grabbed a stick and drew on the ground. "We all sell separately, so prices crash. If we work together, pool the crops, take turns selling, set prices, we can protect each other." Adan raised an eyebrow. "You mean like a cooperative?" Rayon nodded. "Yes, like a business, but owned by everyone." Aiden stroked his chin. "No one here will trust that. They'll say it's just a child's idea. Then let the results speak." Rayon started small. He gathered 5 families, ones he knew were struggling, and explained the plan. Group their vegetables into one larger stall, share labor and profits evenly, rotate sales duties, and store excess produce properly. In return, they'd avoid middlemen and control pricing. The adults were skeptical, but agreed to try. For 1 week, the result was immediate. Instead of yelling over each other to sell 1 bag of beans for a coin, they presented a single, neat stall, with pricing boards and friendly service. Buyers stopped and stared. They bought more. Other vendors noticed. At first, they muttered about tricks, about unfairness, but the numbers couldn't be denied. Rayon's group earned more in 1 day than most had in 3. By week's end, 10 more families asked to join. The village chief summoned Rayon. "You've changed the market," he said. "No one's fought. No one's cheated. This is leadership." Rayon only bowed his head. He didn't feel like a leader. He felt like a man making amends for a former life that had taken more than it ever gave. But inside, he couldn't help the flicker of something old and thrilling. Strategy. He hadn't lost his edge, he'd just redirected it. One evening, as Rayon was closing the stall, a stranger approached him. He was dressed in a worn suit, city-born but modest. "A traveling merchant," he said. He had heard whispers of a village boy changing trade practices. "You have a sharp mind," the man said. "Ever thought of schooling in the capital? A scholarship, perhaps?" Rayon's pulse quickened. Again the city called to him. Again the future beckoned. He looked out over the marketplace, families smiling, neighbors working side by side. Was it time to leave? Could he serve them better by going? He didn't answer right away. Instead, he packed the coins into a pouch and gave half to the widow